Hey, welcome back to the channel. The problem we are solving today is funnels. I see so many people blasting hundreds of emails or spending money into ads, yet still ending up with zero booked calls. So in this video, I'm breaking down the funnel that actually gets leads to book calls, and I'll show you exactly why it works. The secret sauce: personalized demos. Once we started using them, our conversion rates went way up. So I will also show you the entire funnel step by step inside GoHighLevel. So by the end, you'll know exactly how to set this up for yourself and start turning cold leads into booked calls and booked calls into paying clients. If you're new to the channel, my name is Bogdan. I run an AI and automation agency called Bosar Agency. Over the past year, we've built custom AI projects for thousands of businesses, everything from chatbots to full automation systems, and scaled the agency past $20,000 per month. And I'm not saying this to flex, it's just so you know that this isn't theory for us. We actually work with this stuff in real life. So every funnel follows the same general flow: awareness, interest, consideration, decision, action. Okay, here's what that means in plain English. Awareness: this is when someone first discovers you. Maybe they see your ad, your cold email, or your content. Interest: now they are curious. They click through, they check you out, they are open to learning more. Then we have consideration. This is where they are asking themselves, does this actually make sense for me? Is it worth my time? Next, we have decision. At this stage, they are close. They are comparing you against other options, thinking whether to move forward, etc. And finally, action. This is when they book a call, sign up, or buy. Simple but important to understand, because no matter which channel you use, your funnel has to move people through these exact steps. Now that we've covered the basic stages, let's look at how they actually play out in different channels. So first we have paid ads. Here's the classic flow, right? You run ads on Meta or Google or LinkedIn. People click through to a landing page. They grab a lead magnet, usually a free ebook or a free webinar. And to get that, they give you their email. So from there, you nurture them with emails and eventually they book a call. Next, organic inbound. This one's powered by content. For example, someone watches you on YouTube or finds you on Instagram. They subscribe or follow, so that's the interest stage. They're showing interest in your content. Then they join your email list or community, and this is where you keep communicating with them. That's the consideration stage. And by the time they book a call, they are already warm because they know you and they trust you. And finally, cold outreach. This one's simple and direct. You send a cold email, they click through to check out a demo or something, and if they like what they see, they book a discovery call. Now, if you don't have a demo in your cold outreach funnel, you're significantly lowering your conversion rates for cold booking, and this is what we are going to pay attention to in this video. All three of these funnels can work, but in this video, we are going to dive deep into the cold outreach funnel because it's much cheaper than running paid ads and much faster to get started with than organic inbound traffic, let's say. So let's break down the cold outreach funnel step by step. There are three main stages here. Stage number one is outreach campaigns. This is where you identify your ICP, your ideal customer profile, you build a prospect list, and set up your cold email sequences with follow-ups. Basically, it's how you actually get leads into the funnel. The stage number two is the personalized demo page. Once someone replies, we don't just ask them to hop on a call. Instead, we send them to a demo page where they can try out a chatbot or a voice agent, built for their businesses. And right there, they can book a call with you. So this is the part that makes the biggest difference. All right, stage number three is sales calls. This is where you actually jump on the discovery call and close the deal. Now, here's the plan. I'll do a separate video for stage number one, and then again another video for stage number three. For stage number one, outreach campaigns, I'll show you everything step by step, the exact tools I use for prospecting, how I build and clean lists, and how I write the email scripts, and how I set up the whole sequences and automations, the whole process. For stage number three, sales calls, I'll share a live recording and walk you through the sales process on a real example from discovery to offer to close. So if you don't want to miss those, make sure you are subscribed right now. I promise these will be some of the most practical tutorials on this channel. But in this video, again, we are going to focus entirely on stage number 2, building the personalized demo page, because this is what turns replies into actual booked calls. So here's the thing. Most businesses are still pretty early in the technology adoption curve, which means they are curious about AI, they've heard about it, but they haven't actually seen it in action for themselves. And that's the key. Before they buy, they need to see it, feel it, Otherwise, it just stays an abstract idea. This is where the demo makes all the difference. Instead of asking a lead to hop on a call right away, you let them interact with something built for their business. For example, they get to chat with a chatbot that's already trained on their own company info, or test a voice agent that could handle their inbound calls, and suddenly it clicks. They can visualize exactly how it would work for them. And when they see that, conversion rates skyrocket, because now it's not just theory, it's proof, and they're way more likely to book the call and move forward. All right, enough theory. Let's actually build this together with GoHighLevel. Now, if you're not familiar with GoHighLevel, it's basically an all-in-one platform. You can build landing pages, set up forms, run calendars, manage your CRM, and on top of that, you can actually create AI agents, both chatbots and voice agents, and that's exactly what makes it perfect for this funnel, because instead of juggling 5 or 6 different tools, you can keep everything in one place: your demo chatbot, your demo voice agent, your landing page, your booking form, your CRM, all connected. So these are the demo pages we are going to build. Here's the first one, a personalized demo for a random hospitality business. Let's call it the Good Hotel. At the top, we say, we set up a quick demo chatbot for your business. Try it out on the right and share your feedback using the form below. On the right, you can actually chat with the bot. For example, I can ask, what are your check-in hours? And right away, it replies, you can check in anytime after 3 p.m. So it's already trained on their business info. It feels real. I actually crawled their website with FAQs for the knowledge base, so we can ask any of these. For example, I'll ask about the nearest station to the hotel, and the bot responds, the nearest station is Royal Victoria and Custom House. So your prospect can play with it, test it, and see how it works in practice. Now here we have a simple feedback form with name, email, and then a quick question. What would make the bot more helpful? And they can say something like, I need a bot that can handle bookings and send payment links. This already gives you potential sales points or objections so that you can prepare for when you jump on a call with them. And right after submitting, the prospect is prompted to book a call to continue the conversation. Another option is the demo AI voice agent for the Good Hotel. Same flow here. They call the number, test it out, they fill in the form and book a call right away. I've also added some testimonials, which of course help increase conversions. They give you credibility and so on. And then we've got another call to action button, a few FAQs, and a standard footer. So it's a very simple structure, but it works, okay? Now let's build all of this inside GoHighLevel. When you log in, you'll see a lot of tabs and it might feel a bit overwhelming at first, but the only ones that we need to focus on for this funnel are AI agents. This is where we create voice AI agents, and conversation AI, where we create AI chatbots, and the sites. And within sites, we'll be working inside funnels. This is where we create our landing pages. By the way, you can get all of these landing pages as ready-to-use templates inside GoHighLevel. Of course, you'll need a GoHighLevel account to use them, but I think they give you a full month, like 30 days free trial if you sign up with my link. So definitely worth giving it a try. I'll attach all the links for the templates and the trial down in the video description. Here, we can also customize the look and feel of the chatbot widget and create a simple form so that leads, they can leave feedback and then book a call. Everything is in one place, and that's why it's so convenient. Okay, now let's quickly create a demo chatbot. We go to AI agents, then navigate to conversation AI, click create bot. Let's pick general Q&A and continue. Here I already have one, but let's create a new bot, okay? So click create a new brand voice, give it a brand name like Imaginary Hotel, add the company website, maybe a dummy, I don't know, faq.co, the company email. Here you can also define the tone of voice, for example, empathetic. You can add more details, target audience, customer pain points, that sort of thing. Once all that's filled out, you choose the channels of deployment. So not only a web widget, but also Instagram, Facebook, SMS, WhatsApp, all directly through GoHighLevel. You can also adjust things like response delay. Let's set it to 1 second. And finally, you can add an initial welcome message. If you leave it blank, the bot will just use a generic greeting. Let's click next. Here you can decide which data points you want to collect from the chat, like name, email, phone number, or you could skip that and just let people chat. But I recommend at least collecting name and email. That way, they go straight into your CRM contacts. You can also add appointment details. For example, prompt the bot to book appointments. You can create a calendar directly inside GoHighLevel and link it. Next is email notifications. So if the bot doesn't know the answer, it can send a notification either into GoHighLevel or to a custom email like your support inbox or team members email. Then just click save. Here you can choose whether it should run as an AI conversational or not. I recommend enabling that so the bot automatically replies based on the data it's been trained on. Save and close. Now let's add some training data. So let's open that in a new tab. Here we'll have the section for training the bot. Now we are inside the chatbot settings and we are interested in bot training. You can select an existing knowledge base, but let's create a new one so you can see exactly how it's done. I'll call it Imaginary Hotel Knowledge Base. Click create, then click add source, and here we'll use the web crawler option. Just copy your prospect's website's URL, paste it here, and click extract data. GoHighLevel will crawl the site, fetch the pages, and build a knowledge base from them. It's not perfect, but for a demo, it's enough. If you actually onboard a client, of course, you'll want them to prepare a proper knowledge base, but for demo purposes, this should be enough. You can also click this icon to check the text that was retrieved from the website and you can edit it. So if you already have your own knowledge base prepared, you can just delete all of this and paste it here as a plain text instead. All right, now we have this knowledge base, and if we go back to our chatbot settings, we can select the imaginary hotel knowledge base as the source for this bot. Click save. And that's pretty much it. You can also add extra instructions here, like the bot's initial message, conversation guidelines, which is basically a prompt telling the bot what role it should play and how to behave. And on the dashboard, you'll see the metrics like total unique contacts, total actions triggered, and so on. Once we have the bot created with its prompt and knowledge base, we can move on. So let's go back, navigate to sites, and from there, go to the chat widget. This is where we prepare the look and feel of the widget. So click create new. In our case, it's going to be a live chat. Here you can adjust the style. So this is the default one, but under styles, you can change the colors, change the chat icon, basically customize it however you want. You can also change the welcome message. For example, hi, how can I assist? And under widget customization, you can replace the avatar picture. Let me choose another picture. Okay, and you can also change the position of the chatbot icon. I usually prefer it in the bottom right corner, so let's leave it like that. If we open the chat window settings, you can edit all the text here. For example, the intro message, hi, how may I assist you? Let's also select email instead of phone number. We don't want this chat to be assigned to live agents, so I'll disable the show live welcome message option. In additional options, you can even add a footer note like powered by and then your agency's name. So powered by Bosar, just enter your agency's website URL, and if someone clicks it, they'll be redirected to your website. You can also delete any consent checkboxes here if you don't need them, and you can even change the language here. You can switch to French or German or just let it auto-detect the user's location language. But remember, this is just a quick demo. You don't need to overthink it or spend too much time here. Once it's set up, click save. And now to deploy it to your funnel, click Get Code. just copy it. And by the way, you can use this code on any website. It doesn't have to be built in GoHighLevel, but if you're working inside GoHighLevel, it's even easier. So just copy the code, then go to Sites, pick your funnel, and click Edit. Right now, if I preview the page, it still shows my old chatbot. But if I go to tracking code, then in footer tracking, delete the old script and paste in the new one we just copied, then hit save. Now, when I preview the updated funnel page, you'll see the new chatbot icon appear, exactly the one we just configured. So let's quickly give it a try. I'll type, "What are your check-in rules?" And it replies with, "We place a temporary pre-authorization on your card at check-in, not an actual charge, blah, blah, blah." So then it follows up with, "Could I get your full name for the reservation?" So you can see it's already prompting me to make a booking right away. That's really powerful for businesses to see, to feel it, because it shows the bot can take proactive steps. Of course, this depends on the exact guidelines and training data you provide, but anyway, it works. So let's say my name is Jessica Parker. I'll type that in and say my email is jessica@gmail.com. Then I'll ask, "What time is check-in?" And the bot answers correctly, pulling from the FAQs. Now, inside GoHighLevel, if I go to conversations, I can actually see this entire interaction. Here's the one we just had. What are your check-in rules? My name is Jessica Parker. So I can review what my prospects experienced and what kind of questions they asked and how the bot responded. And if they book a call after chatting, this is the best way to prepare, because now I know exactly what kind of experience they had, what questions they asked, and what to address on the call. Now we are going to create an AI voice agent. So we go to AI agents, then voice AI, and here let's create a new agent. Click custom agent and continue. Let's give it a name, demo hotel voice agent. For the business name, I'll type the Good Hotel. Next, you can select different voices. Let's check this one.
"In the stillness of contemplation, the universe whispers its secrets, waiting only for a heart that is open enough to listen."
Okay, maybe not that one. Let's choose a female voice, like Jessica.
"Hey, Worldly 11 Labs friends, let's talk. Let's have a conversation about anything. My name's Jessica, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you."
That sounds good. So obviously the voice provider here is 11 Labs. You can also change the agent's initial message. For example, "Hey, you've reached the Good Hotel. How can I help you today?" Click Next. Under Agent Goals, you can define what data points to collect, like name, email address, and so on. Next step is the knowledge base. Let's select our imaginary hotel knowledge base. When to use this knowledge base, the placeholder here says, "Use this knowledge base if the user asks any questions about the business, services, products, contact details, or any other relevant information that requires accurate and up-to-date answers." Well, let's just keep it like that. I like it. Now, if you switch to advanced mode, and this part is important, then you can actually change the prompt for the agent. The prompt is probably the most important part of creating an AI agent. So let's just ask ChatGPT to create a prompt for this demo. So the style should be friendly and professional, and the agent should use the knowledge base to answer any FAQs. Okay, let's just use this prompt. I'll paste it here. Now, apart from the prompt and knowledge base, you can also enhance the voice agent with custom actions. This is where it gets really powerful because it's kind of agentic now. So if you click new action, you can create things like call transfer, trigger a workflow, send an SMS, book an appointment, lots of options. Let's quickly set up a call transfer just as an example. We'll name the action call transfer. The number to transfer to, let's just put a dummy number for now, 123, 123. When should the call transfer take place? So for example, if the user asks to talk to the manager, then transfer the call. And what should the agent say before transferring? We'll write, "Please wait while we transfer the call to the manager." Sounds good, so the agent will say this just before the transfer. Let's click Save. Now, after the call is complete, you can also set up email notifications. For example, the system can automatically send an email recap, and you can choose who should receive it inside GoHighLevel. For now, let's just click Next. And the last step is to add a phone number. I don't have any here yet, so let's click Buy New Number. And if it's your first time using GoHighLevel, you'll need to link your account to a lead connector. But once that's done, you can just add a number. They are super cheap. You can buy one for about $1.15. So let's actually buy a number right now. I'll quickly finalize the purchase. All right, so I purchased this number and now I can use it for my voice agent. Let's go back to our AI agents screen. Here, I'll just select the number. It's already attached to this voice agent. And that's pretty much it. Let's give it a try. I'll put in my number and click Call Me. All right.
Hey, you have reached the Good Hotel. How can I help you today?
Hi, tell me about your check-in procedure.
Check-in at our hotel starts anytime after 3 p.m. If you need an early check-in, we can accommodate it based on availability for an additional fee. Just let us know in advance and we'll do our best to assist. Is there
Okay.
anything else you'd like to know?
Yes, what is the closest
Great.
station to the hotel?
The closest stations to the hotel are Royal Victoria, DLR, and Custom House, Elizabeth Line. From Custom House, it's about a 10-minute walk along the dock side. Let me know if you need directions.
Okay, thank you. So that was a very basic demo. Now, obviously, if I wanted to make it more advanced, I'd go to Actions and click New Action. For example, let's say I want to connect this directly to the booking system of my hotel, so the agent could actually make a reservation live on the call. I'd create a custom action and call it something like Make a Booking. And just like in the other tools I've shown you in my tutorials, we would do this via the API. We would send a post HTTP request, set up the parameters and variables, and extract all the booking details, then push that into the booking system. So yeah, it's pretty advanced. You can connect it directly to your booking system and have the agent make live reservations during the call. When you're setting up the custom action, you just define when it should trigger. For example, if the caller says they want to make a reservation, then trigger this booking action. And inside your prompt, you would describe all the details, how the reservation should be handled and how the agent should behave. After that, you can always check the dashboard and logs for every call so you'll know if someone used it, what they asked, etc. And by the way, once the call is over, the prospect's number is automatically stored in your GoHighLevel. So if you go back and check your contacts, you'll see a new entry created after every call. So you'll always have their phone number saved. From there, you can just call them directly, keep the conversation going, and continue nurturing the lead. You can even send them a quick follow-up via SMS or WhatsApp. And if you want, you can set up automations so those messages get sent automatically. Okay, now we've built a voice agent and an AI chatbot in just a few minutes, basically. And the last step is editing the landing page and adding them in. So let's go to Sites, then Funnels. And here I've got one funnel for the web chatbot and another one for the demo voice agent. Let's open the chatbot funnel and click Edit. This landing page took me maybe half an hour to put together. You can customize the background colors. You can also update the text. For example, swap in the client's name to make it feel personalized. Then to deploy the chatbot, just go to Tracking Code, Footer Tracking, and paste the script for your chatbot. And of course, you'll also want to add a form. So just click Add Element, scroll down to Forms, and select the one you created earlier. I've got only one form created here, but if we go back to Sites and then to Forms, this is where you can create as many as you need. Let's build one from scratch, I think. Click Add Form, and then customize the fields. For this demo, I don't want a phone number field. I'll just keep it simple. One field for name, and let's add one more, like a single line question. How did you find out about us? Prospects can just type in their answer. You can also adjust the button style. For example, change the color, let's say to black to match the page design. If you don't need the default consent fields, you can also delete them. Then click Save. Now, when we go back into our funnel and edit the landing page, we can add that new form. Just drag and drop the form element onto the page, then select the one we just created, and it appears instantly. That's it, super simple. For the buttons, I've added links that redirect straight to my Calendly. So if I click schedule now, it takes me directly to my booking calendar. Let's also check the funnel for my voice agent demo. So if I click edit, here I can change the number, so it's connected to the voice agent we created earlier. And the last step, I think, is, connecting your domain. Right now, by default, it's a GoHighLevel subdomain, but you can connect your own. In my case, I would connect it to my agency's domain. Both are .agency. It works just like any other domain setup. So you'll get the records that you need to add to your DNS provider, and once it's verified, your funnel runs on your own subdomain. I'm not going to walk through that setup here since it's straightforward, but once you do it, your funnel is live on your branded domain. All right, if you follow this and start offering demos, you'll not only get more calls booked, you'll also stand out because almost nobody else is sending personalized demos right now. If you want to go deeper and actually build this into a real business, I invite you to join my school community. Inside, we go step by step through building and scaling your AA business. You'll get daily action plans, plug and play projects, direct tech support from my team, and weekly live Q&A calls where we answer your questions and help you move forward. Check out the link in the video description, and of course, don't forget to subscribe, drop your questions in the comments, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.